I recently put a picture of my beautiful granddaughter on Facebook, and I added the caption that, or the comment that her kids will see wars around the globe over water and from populations displaced by floods and rising sea levels. Her grandkids might see war in the United States and will suffer 500-year storms every 5 years. Well, then a dear lady friend of mine has snarkily suggested that I'm a little too pessimistic in considering the future of my granddaughter and her grandchildren. But I think a lot about that my great-great-grandchildren will condemn me and my generation for our spoliation of the planet. And what I have to say to them is that spoliation is in the design of human being. A few of us, maybe less than 1% of the world population, have the luxury to consider reducing, reusing, and recycling. The other 99% do not have that luxury, or they give it no thought. And giving it no thought is in the design of human being. Early explorers, fur traders, reported that they detected they were approaching an Indian encampment by the smell. The waste pile was right outside the camp. Someone has defined civilization as those skills and practices that move feces and offal away from habitation. And that is as high as civilization has achieved to date. Transfer away. We have landfills and we dump our garbage in the ocean. Only recently did we stop dumping sewage into streams and lakes. What I want to say to my great-great-grandchildren is, you may curse us from your vantage point, but had you been here, you would have been us. Exactly. Wasteful, heedless, and addicted to oil-fed peripatetic days. Run over there. Now here's a tangential subject and not really a change of subject. When I walk the beach, I take a sack and I pick up garbage. And when I see someone's dog dump a load, I keep an eye on the owner to make sure they do the right thing. But regarding garbage on the beach, I see that as human being, a single entity taking a dump on the beach. As an integrated element of that entity, not something separate from it, I feel the responsibility to pick up after us, the entity. Now, I've not become so enlightened that his dog poop is my responsibility. But I hope you see what I'm hinting at, that our litter is our litter. The entity we took a dump on the beach, and we, the entity, should clean it up. So I apologize to my great-great-grandchildren that that's as much as I've done to preserve a verdant, healthy place for you to live. I also walk, and I bike, and I take the bus a lot. It will not be enough. Very soon, we will melt the tundra in the Arctic Circle, which will rapidly release enormous quantities of carbon dioxide and methane, and there'll be no going back from that release. For me to have done any more for you, my great-great-grandchildren, I would have had to have made some fundamental change in the nature of human being, or some radical reduction in the number of human beings. I don't know how to do either one of those things. It is so ironic that the best hope for the elephant, the rhino, the mountain gorilla, and the polar bear is bird flu. If we should ever see again a flu like the Spanish flu, we will think it was a tragedy. But our great-great-grandchildren might see it as a lifesaver, their lifesaver. But hey, have a nice day. Go for a ride. Go for a drive.